Disruptor.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the We Like Dota League Group Stage Round 2. It's a wonderful Friday night for some Dota 2 action. Joining me this evening is the internet's Dota 2 curmudgeon, Ben Yadneb Day. How's it going, Ben?
I'm here, Brian.
And also, friend of the show, Cheeks a Flappin'. I would even say, well, what's your official title here, Cheeks?
Executive producer.
Executive producer, Cheeks a Flappin'. Perfect.
That's the title I've given myself.
Perfect.
Yeah. But boys, tonight we do have, we're kind of in the middle of the group stage here, and on the Radiant we have Kappa Crusaders. On the Dire we do have Lycan our chances. We did just have a patch update, and for some reason their logos and stuff aren't loading in, so I don't know what's going on.
I kind of like the mystery that it creates, though. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're
Who knows what we'll see?
We're a couple phases into the draft here, and Ben, I know you had some questions about Ogre Magi.
Well, yeah, he just seemed a little flabbier than I recall. So I was wondering if that was something that was changed.
I don't think you're used to seeing him quite as close up, because
It's a little more graphic
Yeah.
than I anticipated, I think.
Yeah.
So,
I'm more concerned about his respiratory well-being because he looks kind of
Yeah,
like
he's
having
breathing
an asthma
heavy, isn't
attack
he?
right now.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever been like around really big guys who just breathe like?
You start to worry about him a little bit. You're
Yeah,
like, are you going to be
exactly.
okay? Like,
Yeah.
can we go for a walk and start an exercise regimen, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Seriously.
But do you guys have any clear advantages for the draft so far?
Well, I'm liking the stun, and I'm liking the corralling that Kappa Crusaders is going to have going on here for sure.
Yeah.
I love both Disruptor and Ogre Magi just as sort of your core/support picks. I am really interested to see who they're going to round the team out with.
Yeah.
If I were to
I
guess,
really
it would
like-
probably be a Witch Doctor, Crystal Maiden, and Alina.
Perfect.
I like the other team. I like what Earthshaker's bringing to the table there. Just the stun there, and then how can you not love Black Hole?
Yeah.
And just the push potential that comes out of Enigma. And then now we've got the Centaur coming out. That's great. I like that too.
Man.
So,
Yeah, a lot of
it's too early to tell
control
exactly.
and disable on the side of Lycan our chances so far, and yeah, if you can get off
kind
a
of on
good,
the same on Kappa Crusader. I think
there's a
we've
lot
got
of it
fair
in
amount
general, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. It's just different though with Disruptor and Ogre Magi, because with Ogre Magi with the multicast, you really have to, you're really praying to RN Jesus to get off some decent stuns, or it's either feast or
Interesting.
famine. with
Darkseer
him.
coming out.
Wow, lots of disable this match, guys.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I do
Gonna
like
be
to
a-
see the Darkseer though. He is a pain in the butt to lane against, and yeah, his vacuum really just sets up. Actually, that'll be good for the Disruptor for the Static Storm to set
Oh,
up a good
definitely.
kinetic field and Static Storm. So I'm interested
Certainly
to
don't
see if
have a-
they'll pull off that combo. What's that, Ben?
I don't have a sense of how they're going to lane any of this yet. I'm kind of waiting to
Yeah.
see how it all comes together.
Yeah, I'm.
Do you think he'll set
Centaur
a?
is probably going to be off lane, but and maybe same with Darkseer, but
I'm really hoping with this Darkseer and Disruptor combo to see the vacuum first, and then going into a kinetic field, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
the sort of the storm thing,
Yeah.
and also having a wall of illusions in there too, just so
That would
it's
be
chaos.
beautiful.
It's like ultimate chaos there.
without a doubt.
And we do have a Viper pick from Lycan our chances, which Viper has been one of those heroes that has been picked up quite frequently throughout the entire league. And
Yeah.
Ben, I know you are a Viper player. What do you like so much about Viper? What does he bring to this team comp?
You don't have to push any buttons, which is great. No, but he definitely can very successful in the mid, which is nice, and
Yeah.
then just scale his damage scales well. He seems like he's pretty good most of the game. If you can get him enough farm, he can stay there for most of the game. I don't think he's going to be a late game type of a carry for you necessarily, but if you don't have a game that goes too long, he's going to be there for you and be a consistent contributor to that game. So.
Well, I don't see anyone on the side of Kappa Crusaders that is a threat, a huge threat late game. At least
No,
to
I don't think
Viper.
it's a problem this match at
So,
all. No,
yeah.
this match, they looks like they could be okay. We'll see what happens in the last pick here, but
And if they
I don't know if I see a clear advantage to either one of these teams based on the draft necessarily. We'll see how it kind of finalizes.
assuming
In
Viper,
the WLDL,
no, go ahead,
Sorry.
Cheeks, go ahead.
in the WLDL meta for the season so far, it looks like Viper's been picked 5 times.
You got the
Okay.
stats
And
up. Nice.
He's got a win rate of about 60%.
Pretty strong win
That's
rate.
pretty good,
That's
yeah.
It's pretty strong, yeah.
So Ben, I know you play Viper mid a lot. Do how have you ever matched up against a Razor? Do you know how that matchup goes?
Against a Razor?
Yeah, in the mid lane.
Yeah. I would still think that's probably going to go Viper's way. Razor can do a little bit of zoning out, but I think
Yeah.
he's just going to run out of mana before Viper does. You know, based on how they're going to play. So I think, I think Razor will be able to hold his own. I don't think it's necessarily going to be lopsided one way or another. It's going to depend.
Yeah,
With this league, it's going to depend on the skill level a little bit too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Viper versus Razor mid. I would think it'd almost be maybe a little bit of a wash. Maybe
It's pretty close. I
yeah,
think so.
So I think that is important to note that the skill of each team definitely plays way more into this match than the current meta or the how they choose to lane it or something like that. So
Without a doubt, the disparity in skill level is so much more extreme in a league like this than it is at the pro level. We're not in that narrow top 1% of the players or something. This is a pretty large spectrum here. The MMRs are going to be all over the place, even amongst a single team. LLC, they could have somebody at a 1300 and somebody at a 3500 on the same team,
right.
and you're just not going to see that at the pro level as much. So the disparity is just all over the place, and I think since we do have newer players, there's also just the opportunity to make mistakes and have inconsistent play for each player. So some player could have a great match and then next match just totally throw. It's just going to be something that happens.
not that Noobs Ask Noobs knows anything about that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, we've never thrown.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
We're
Cheeks?
still without a win. So
Brian, who do you think the pushers are in this strategy here? I'm kind of guessing that maybe the Darkseer might help push maybe an off-lane position. And
I
then
think Darkseer
the
will
Enigma
probably end up
kind
in the
of
off-lane.
pushing, or do you think the Enigma's going to be put in the jungle?
I don't know. Enigma could be put in the offlane or the jungle. I would assume in this lineup he'll be put in the jungle, which he's one of the
that
few
sense.
heroes that I actually like in the jungle.
Yeah.
And then on the side of Kappa Crusaders, Darkseer, of course, he's always going to be pushing that lane. So
Yeah.
they just push in different
Both of
ways.
these- Yeah. Both of these are looking a lot like sort of your team fight heavy kind of drafts.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping
think
for
so.
some exciting team fight action here.
Yeah. And I am liking this Luna pickup, though I am a little concerned. Oh, a Medusa
Oh,
pick.
okay. Wow,
Okay.
okay.
Oh boy.
So things just got a little hairy for, I don't know, between the
T-Frog on
Viper and the
Medusa.
Luna, they bring some decent carry potential. Nothing that a Medusa brings,
It's pretty
of course.
even to me. This was a pretty
Yeah.
even draft. I think it could go either way.
I am a little concerned about the Luna. She is quite frail if Ogre Magi is able to get off a nice multicast, so something to look out for there, but I need to adjust my camera speed settings real quick.
I like the tankiness of Kappa a little bit better, just with, Razor's going to be pretty strong. You've got Ogre Magi,
Yeah.
Medusa's pretty strong. I do worry about that in terms of how they're going to fare, but outside of that, I think you just got to get that Earthshaker's got to get his stun off. I think that's going to be the big difference maker here, and you got to get that black hole.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
they can land those, then I think they're going to have some success.
Right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the Radiant heroes, and then I'll let Cheeks do the Dire side. So
All right.
we do have, on the side of the Kappa Crusaders, we have Booker DeWitt playing the Disruptor. We have P-Frog on the Medusa. We have Dare on the Ogre Magi with his very odd fat rolls and asthmatic breathing. And we have Eris Nex on the Darkseer. And who am I missing? Am I missing Razor?
We do have some quick aggression down here on the
Ra-
Razor. Yeah, let's
Busby
make
on
sure
the
we're looking
Razor.
at
How
that.
in the world did he get all the way over there? Good lord. So I don't know if he was trying to set up a ward or something, or
I think they were. And Radiant successfully did set up a ward down in the easy creep camp.
Yeah.
on Radiant's side. So yeah,
Ben, to answer your question, I
there.
think you need to control your own camera. I don't think I
Okay.
can control your camera, unfortunately.
I just want to make sure I'm not screwing up the broadcast. Are you doing
Yeah.
the broadcast camera then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can't pull up my... I don't know. I can't pull up the camera options, so I assume I'm the camera guy. I'm not
Well,
sure
I
if
guess
I am
we're
or
gonna
not.
find out.
I should have
We'll
set
have to see.
myself as cameraman.
Did you not? If they're watching my camera, oh
I
my
did
gosh, I'm
not.
sorry. Anybody who watches this replay.
It's okay. VODs
Do you
will
want
be
me to
available on
introduce
YouTube. Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
Cheeks.
that's the way to watch
okay.
this.
On the dire side, we've got on Enigma, Sika Monik. Hold on. Let's see. Sika Manico. I apologize if I'm destroying any of these pronunciations. Then Shanostrius. No, Shantorius on the Earthshaker.
We really
got
should have done some research before this, huh?
Cake. We've got Cake or Aki on the Luna. We got Rough Edges on the Viper and G1 on the Centaur Warrunner.
So it is going to be that Razor Viper mid lane matchup, which it will be interesting to see how that plays out. They're pretty much even as far as farm goes right now. With Razor does have a couple of denies on him though, so there is that to be said. And we have seen quite a bit of aggression from the Kappa Crusaders kind of up here in the jungle. So I am interested to see how this all pans out for them.
Yeah, this Medusa.
Yeah, it will be
really
interesting to
pushing
see.
too. Really, really pushing the Radiant safe lane.
Yeah, quite
have Enigma
quite
in
a
the
bit
jungle.
far further.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this how Booker DeWitt does on the Disruptor, because I've seen his Booker DeWitt play before, and it's legit as far as I can recall.
Yeah, have either of you guys done any research on where the teams are and the standings right now? Have they won their previous games? Do you know?
I have not. I'm not sure what the current standings are for them. I can take
we're,
a quick
We're really
look, though.
prepared. This is good.
We're really on top of this. Yeah,
Ben, maybe
you
leave
could
that
go
to the
to,
administrator.
Maybe one of my co-casters could go to WeLikeDota.com and check out the standings.
Oh, I didn't know there were standings.
My previous statements stand then, Ben. I am liking this Disruptor set quite a bit. He does have this weird kind of backpack thing for his animal thing that he rides. I don't even know what it is
Oh,
that
yeah.
he rides.
It's a sort of dinosaur beast thing. I just want to point out that this is the first Medusa pick that we've had in the WLDL
Okay.
in the
Is it
first
really?
season.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yes, this is.
I
the
like her now.
number
I mean, I
one
think they did a
first
lot to
time.
buff her, and I think just the way the game is now, I think she's much more viable than she was.
Oh
in
boy!
previous
In
patches,
the
so.
side shop here on the bottom lane. Oh, never mind. Nothing's gonna happen. There could have been a little
What's
bit of
happening?
gaming
We got
action.
some
in the
aggression.
mid
We have
lane,
Razor's in
here.
trouble in mid.
Oh, looks
We've
like
got
everyone
maybe
talking
First
at
Blood here
once.
mid.
Everyone talking at
First Blood.
once.
Busby, go to
Earthshaker's
mid.
chasing him down.
Yeah.
Earthshaker's out. I don't think he's
gonna
going to
be
get
okay.
it. Busby
Yep.
lives to fight another day. Earthshaker grabs that bounty rune, presumably to get him closer to the Blink Dagger.
So Razor did take quite a bit of damage from that little skirmish in the mid lane. He does have a bottle in his stash, and he is going to go back to base to go ahead and pick that up and heal up a little bit. So he is going to miss out on quite a bit of CS, and Viper will continue his domination in the mid lane.
Yeah.
He is currently leading by 3 CS to the Razor.
Darkseer is still on top of the net worth chart, though, so you've got that going for him.
Yes, indeed, Ben, you are correct. Darkseer and Luna are both leading in CS currently. And a little harassment in the top lane. The Ogre Magi is going to use the Ignite on the Luna. And yeah, I am legitimately worried about... I think Luna's going to have to go BKB fairly quickly with the Darkseer, the Razor, and the Ogre Magi.
I think that's okay, though. I think as a Luna, that's not outside of the norm. I think you can do that pretty quick and still be viable.
And
She gets some
Darkseer
of
is
those
chasing
kills,
down
so-
Luna. He does have the Ion Shell put up, and not going to do too much damage to Luna. She does back off. And we
I'm
do
more
have a
worried about
ping out for
Disruptor
this
here.
We've got a
Disruptor,
Viper.
yeah.
We've got a
Yeah, that Disruptor could be
Invis
in
Viper coming up here.
And a nice War Stomp is going to
Disruptor,
go ahead and
very
stun out
nice.
Disruptor, and Viper is going to chase
Beautiful.
him down with those poison shots.
Very nice.
He's gone.
And the kinetic field. Oh, and that's going to be
there we
first blood,
go.
ladies and
First
gentlemen.
blood.
Good play there.
Great, yeah. Very good.
And that whole time, the thing to keep in mind, that whole time, Earthshaker's still getting experience up there, and so they didn't leave any lanes. That was good.
Yeah, it's interesting. This dual mid that they're running here is really, really interesting combo.
So I would definitely put a bit of an advantage for Lycan our chances right now. They do have the first blood advantage, and they did also have they did force Razor out of lane with that little skirmish.
That's
back
a big
there,
deal.
but-
It's actually a 500 gold swing and a 180 XP swing
Yeah.
on that, so that's a big deal.
So Earthshaker's going to go ahead and use that Fisher to keep Razor off of Viper's back. The Thunderclap and the Plasma Field did do a decent amount of damage against him. And meanwhile in the jungle, Enigma is... He's not having a good time right now. He is quite poor. He's been buying wards. Not sure what else that he bought. I would assume he's probably been buying the courier and such. And in the river, we might have a little engagement forming up, and no, they just back off.
No, this is not a...
So I would... Okay, he does have a soul ring on the courier coming his way, which is a core item for Enigma, so nice that he's getting that out. Lets him jungle quite a bit faster, keep those Eidolons up.
Yeah, you think so? In your perspective, it looks like Enigma's pretty far behind where he should be at this point in the game. Correct?
He's doing okay actually. I didn't realize that he had the soul ring on the the courier. So I think he's about half a bar of XP away from Black Hole, and once he gets Black Hole, I would assume they would go ahead and start doing some team fights. And this Razor's diving real deep. Enigma's going to go ahead and rotate in. Eye of the Storm will be activated. And Viper's going to go ahead and use the Viper Strike on the Razor, and I think we might have a dead Razor, and he does go down. So
that's a kill.
that brings the score up to 0-2. Let's take a look at the team fight recap. That is about a 500 gold swing in favor of the Dire, and quite a bit of XP as well. So all in all, nice little exchange there for Enigma and
Yeah, not
Viper.
sure what Razor was thinking there. Yeah, I don't think Razor should have gone in there. I mean, he knew that he had the Earthshaker there not that long ago. I'm not sure what he was trying to accomplish.
It makes sense if they would have had vision in the jungle there, but since they didn't, that was just so risky. Especially when they can, especially when they can assume that Enigma's in the jungle as well. It just seems real greedy. And speaking of greedy, Luna is quite low on HP. She is it is a little troubling for Luna. So if we take a look at the net worth, Darkseer is still on top of that. What were you going to say,
Lycan, our chances have been really great on there, just the rotations here, but it looks like we got a smoke gank, or attempted smoke, coming up here on the Viper. I think they might actually pull it off.
The stun is going to go down on the Viper, and they definitely won him. Rotating in 3 heroes here. He's going to go down with the Thunderclap and the Ogre Magi Fire Blast. So, yeah, I think that was definitely a much-needed smoke gank on the side of Kappa Crusaders.
Yes, definitely.
They needed to make up some ground. That was smart.
Yeah.
Looks like Luna's going to be going for a drums, by the way. I think that's what she's going to be building, which is an interesting choice. So she's going to be going with that, and then maybe we'll see if she goes into a BKB after that. So.
And we do have teleports in the mid lane, and we do have a Disruptor using the Glimpse and sending those teleports back. Enigma's going to go ahead and use the Malefice on the Disruptor to go ahead and send him out, and not too much is happening. We had 5 people teleport in the mid lane, and not too much happened because of it. But did you see that Luna
seen at least one? Yeah.
Did you see Luna teleported in and the Disruptor just sent her back?
Yeah.
I love that. That's why you have to be careful with the Disruptor. You have to be real careful with where you decide to TP in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. Luna's just
Luna's
being
really
low life most of the game so far. So.
Ben, what do you think about the Drum of Endurance build for Luna? It seemed like you're not a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I think if they're feeling like she might go down here. One more hit. Oh,
one more hit.
Look at that. They turned it around.
Wow.
Yeah.
They turned it around.
They turned it around.
And that's I think that's the 3rd time that Razor has died.
Yeah, Razor's really
Second
overextending.
time Razor's died, yeah.
Really been overextending here. Trying to pull off some kills. Just
Still
not
level
getting
8
it.
though. He's not that far behind. I mean, he's
Yeah.
right there at levels. So
Yeah, there's
And
I mean,
while all
simply
that was
staying
happening,
solo.
Centaur Warrunner did get a kill on the Disruptor in the bottom lane.
Oh yeah.
wow, it's certainly going in LOC's favor right now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think it is worth noting, though, that even though Kappa Crusaders are 1-4 right now, they are leading in farm. So I
That's
feel like,
interesting to note.
That's
It looks
true,
like they
yeah.
do have the most last hit still at this point. So
yeah,
it's definitely going to be interesting.
Oh, look at the denies on that Medusa.
yeah,
15
15 denies.
denies.
It's real good.
15
But
denies. That's solid.
Medusa's doing work, and I don't think anyone's really gotten to Medusa, really. I think this might be
Yeah,
might kind
I-
of sneak up on the Dire if they're not too careful.
They want to look into rotating down and harassing the Medusa while she's weak right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the time to take advantage of her, and later on, it's just
Whoa,
gonna be
whoa,
too
Ben,
late.
whoa.
Not that way, Brian. Whoa.
So we do have a
going on
three-man
top here? We
rotation
got
into the top
initiation.
lane. We have Razor going to go ahead and chase out the Luna. Nice static link going off, and uses that Eclipse almost defensively to keep the static link from going down. And Razor will eat a ton of those Eclipse strikes.
That was a good play by Luna, just
Yeah.
to avoid more damage.
Yeah, that was very smart.
And we have Enigma rotating up into the top lane to help with this push that might be coming out here. And let's see, does he have... Black Hole
He's got a
is
Soul Ring,
skilled up,
so-
but he does not have enough mana for it.
But he does have a Soul Ring, so he might be able to...
Yeah, he's not going to get quite enough for it, though.
Oh, really?
You only get 150 from Soul Ring, so...
Oh, man.
They go ahead and use the glyph, and let's see what happens here. We do have 4 Radiant heroes, and it looks like they're just
I think
gonna
they're going to back out.
they're
It looks
just gonna
like they're not
concede
just-
to ward up and back off.
I think they're just trying to... It seems like they're just trying to kind of keep him distracted from the Medusa, which just continues to free farm and
Yeah.
get a whole ton of creep score here.
Yeah, she is really close to the Yasha, and yeah, it seems like these kind of late game carries like Medusa, Anti-Mage, Spectre, Terrorblade, those kind of heroes have really made a bit of a resurgence in this patch.
It's been good. It's good to see some more diversity in who's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
picked. I think that's
I do
always
like
a plus
it.
for the game.
And I do like what
do
Lycan
have-
our chances are doing here. They're going to go ahead and push this tower. That's what they need to be doing, is start pushing
Made
towers
some
down
good progress on that.
and start denying this Medusa some farm. They need to start getting in with some early pressure.
We also have Vipers getting very close to having a mech, so they're going to be very strong in a team fight here shortly.
Boy.
Tower could be in trouble.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh.
They're showing some
This is
hesitation. Not
still-
sure why they're afraid.
Yeah. In the
Medusa's still
meanwhile,
just down here doing what she pleases.
yeah,
Right,
Medusa's
yeah.
going
Yeah,
ahead
Medusa's
and
just-
just pushing this tower. So
Dire needs
He's
to
at
start
59 CS
taking-
already. That's great.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like if they just let Medusa just go and farm up for the next 20 minutes or whatever, they're liking our chances they're gonna lose the game.
Yeah, they can't let her do that. It's just not going to work.
Got a real strong
Oh, Kinetic
push
Field's
there.
gonna catch
that's
out
a
3 of
great
them. Nice.
Kinetic Field.
Black Hole's gonna catch out the Disruptor.
Wow.
Oh,
Unfortunately, they
but
didn't get the Razor with it, so it looks like Razor is going to go down. The Double Edge will take him down, so Centaur Warrunner getting the kill on that one. And while that was happening, Medusa did take down this Tier 1 tower, so
Damn.
I'm not sure if losing a support and a tower is worth 2 heroes. So let's go ahead and take a look at the gold graph. Pretty much even for the most part. XP is favoring Lycan our chances. But I think
This Medusa's going to be a
positionally...
problem.
Yeah,
I think
I-
that's really what it
this
boils
is going to be a
down
big
to.
problem.
Yeah, I think
She's got her Yasha
positionally...
up already.
Yeah. Yeah, and she hasn't even been a part of any of the team fights yet, so... P-Frog's
can't
getting
let her-
exactly what he wants with this Medusa, and that's
Yeah,
just
let
free
P-Frog
farm.
Not a lot of rune control necessarily. We've got the illusion rune still sitting there. It's been there for quite a while. I know
Yeah.
somebody had a bottle. I think Viper has a bottle on him.
I did play a match a couple days ago where I went on Ogre Magi. I played
Yeah.
a offlane Ogre Magi. It was great.
Great.
And we just saw Luna die to a neutral creep.
I thought that was
So-
going to happen. She's
What
been
happens
running
when you
around
run
with
around
low
with low
life the
health?
entire
Yeah,
time. I
that's
know.
not good. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to jungle with her unless you have like a Morbid Mask or a Mask of
You
Madness
gotta
or
get
something
it,
like
yeah.
that.
And even then, you need to get a few levels on her first.
Yeah.
She's not gonna have the sustainability you need.
All right, looks like we've got an offensive ward going up here.
On which side?
Ogre Magi.
On the
So
Radiant side?
on the dire side.
dire
on
side.
the dire side. Yeah.
Yep.
If you were
Got it
asking
up
about
next.
my drums pick, Brian, I
Yeah.
would have gone a Morbid Mask instead, and then been able to do some of that jungle farming
Yeah.
successfully. Beats with the drums is not going to help you out in the same way.
And Ogre Magi is going to catch out Centaur Warrunner by the secret shop, and they aren't going to follow up with it.
Oops.
And Earthshaker does catch out
nice.
the Darkseer, and they go ahead and try and go
Darkseer's
on him
gonna
here,
get
but
out.
Darkseer is so
Oh.
tanky. He does throw up that Ion Shell, and it's... Oh, and Centaur
Oh,
Warrunner
wow.
catching him out with
That's-
the double edge.
Dire's bottom
Nice
Good
little
job.
play from that, catching
Nice
out the
work.
Darkseer after
Right.
overextending.
Yeah, I thought he was going to live. He did not. All
Let me
this
a-
time, Medusa's still farming, though. I mean,
Yeah, I was just going to ask, do you guys think that all this aggression from the Kappa Crusaders is just to create space for P-Frog to farm up his Medusa?
I think so. I totally think that's their whole deal here.
Because on
it's
our
certainly
team,
working.
I can see that happening, but it being unintentional.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd like to give them more
Yeah.
credit than I would
Yeah.
give us, for sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
And we would wind up, Ben would wind up carrying the game, and Kyle, Cheeks, and Jared and I would be like, "Oh, that was totally
Medusa's in
intentional." Here we go,
trouble. Look at
Medusa's
this.
gonna go down from a 3-man rotation.
Oh no! Oh, that.
That needed
And-
to happen about 7 minutes ago, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
I think if they are able to
Got a
keep
huge
to
creep
keep
in
doing
there.
those rotations and keep ganking her, I think that would be real good though. A glimpse
need
is
to.
gonna grab the
Oh,
grab the
yeah.
Luna. She does throw down the Eclipse, and she might get a double
Ooh.
kill out of it. And Centaur
Oh.
Warrunner blinks in with the double edge, and Viper's gonna go ahead and chase out the Darkseer, who has the Ion Shell up. And oh my goodness, what a turnaround that was!
Yeah.
So they do lose their core Luna to get the Razor, Medusa, and Disruptor, and Centaur Warrunner says, "Hey, I'm not done here yet. I'm going to keep chasing this out," and not sure if that's wise or not. But Centaur and Viper do go ahead and go ahead and decide to knock down this Tier 1 tower, or at least try to. Viper Strike being used on the Darkseer, not sure if that's smart.
pay for
Disruptor
that.
does throw down the Kinetic Field and Static Storm. Viper might go down here. The Glimpse is gonna... Oh no, that isn't a Glimpse. That's just right-clicking
No.
from Disruptor.
Viper's
so-
okay. He's out.
Viper's okay. Centaur Warrunner is in a bit of a precarious position here, but I think he'll be just fine. And a lot of action going down here in the Radiant jungle.
We better watch out mid lane here. It looks like we've got a. It looks like we had some attempted pushing going, coming from the Enigma and the Earthshaker, but it's been pretty well held back just by the Ogre Magi himself.
Enigma,
Medusa's now at 92 CS. The next highest
Yeah.
is Enigma at 65.
oh man,
Yeah.
Now,
Medusa's
net
doing
worth isn't
great
quite
on
that
form.
extreme, but still. Viper's still on top in the net worth charts.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not sure how much gold she had on her when she died, but that's all unreliable gold, so you lose that when you die. And Disruptor did just get caught out in the river in front of the
Yep.
Roshan pit, so I
She's
feel-
getting Medusa has a Morbid Mask now and actually a Mask of Madness now, so she's
Yeah.
going to continue to farm the jungle efficiently.
Yeah, she's just gonna go
She's
nuts.
probably going to get Ancients at some point here, and I think she's just out of control. We've got even some extra speed now, so she can even more efficiently
Yeah.
farm with that Mask of Madness.
And we do see
it looks
Lycan
like-
our chances going in the mid lane here, and I really think they need
They
to
need
be
to take a
focusing.
tower.
Yeah, but they need to be focusing on the bottom lane tower, I think. And knocking
Oh,
down
yeah.
these tier 1s are definitely good, because it's going to make it less safe to farm. And Black Hole's only
Oh, a
going to
black
catch
hole
out
right
one,
here.
unfortunately.
Ooh.
A nice Fisher going to catch out Ogre Magi. So they are doing what they need to do. And Medusa's still just farming up this jungle, which I think she needs to maybe leave the jungle and kind of help out with some of these team fights a little bit, and then go back into jungling.
They
Well,
see her, too.
if she was in there cleaning up, I think she'd have even more gold. I think that's part of it. She's also
Yeah.
in trouble here. We got Centaur
Oh
on
boy,
her.
Centaur
Yeah,
Warrunner
oh,
getting a
there we
nice
go.
war stomp. The Enigma's going to use the Malefice, and
Oh.
she's going to go
Ooh.
down again at the hands of Centaur Warrunner.
If LOC keep doing that, I really don't like Kappa's chances. They got to get Medusa
Yeah.
farmed. That's the only chance
Yeah.
they really had in coming back to this one.
Yeah, and that was a 700 US dollar gold swing in favor of Lycan our chances.
And now we've got Centaur and Viper are both above Medusa, followed closely by Luna. So
Yeah.
really the net worth chart is definitely favoring LOC at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we do have 2 Blink Daggers on the side of Lycan our chances. They have one on the Enigma, which is a great item for him, and also on the Centaur Warrunner, another essential item. I prefer to go Mechanism first on Enigma, and then BKB, and then go Blink Dagger, but I feel like that's just kind of personal preference, really.
And yet we've won 0 of our games, so what do we know, right?
That's true, yeah.
We're really not the ones to be commenting on
Right.
on build.
Build orders, yeah.
Maybe we need to be
Exactly.
picking up Enigma more.
Maybe we do.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe we do. I like Enigma.
Maybe
So if you,
but-
Cheeks, I'm going to ask you as the resident expert in comebacks, the one who never wants to give up. What do you do now if you're Kappa? What's your plan? How do you come back here?
If you're Kappa, if you're Kappa, I think maybe just make sure that they don't get pushed too much farther in. They're going to have to start turtling, I think. Because, I mean, if you look at it, they've taken out all the tier 1s now. It looks like we got the top lane is definitely
We do have a bit of
pushing up.
engagement here. We do have Centaur Warrunner using the Stampede to go
melted.
ahead and engage. And that's going to be a caught-out Disruptor, while the Luna Eclipse just doing tons of work.
Man.
Razor is going to get a nice static link on the Centaur Warrunner, and on the back of this, we do have a dead Darkseer and Medusa, and they're going to go ahead and chase down the Razor. So that is a four-man loss on the side of Kappa Crusaders, and all they lost from that was the Centaur Warrunner. So
If I'm them, I'm feeling pretty discouraged right now.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
feeling good about my chances. They might get a tower out of this too. I mean, I don't think they can contest at this point. You don't have anybody alive. They've got
I think with
Ogre
these
Magi, I guess.
I think with these tier 1 mid and bottom towers gone, that really, really hurts the farming chances for the Medusa. So
Oh, without
Yeah.
that starts to become quite difficult. And
Well, look at
I,
the warding here
yeah,
by
the
LOC.
warding
They've
in the
got
jungle,
Ancients
too, yeah.
warded. They've got a good ward here in the jungle. I mean, there's just a
They've
lot
got
that's going on.
a lot of aggressive
Yeah.
warding, for sure.
yeah, that's real good. I feel like there was a decision about 10 minutes ago where they decided, okay, we need to... Oh, and a nice black hole's going to catch out 3 of Kappa Crusade, and that's another 3-man hero wipe.
They're going to get 4. They're
Oh,
going to
and
get
they're,
that
yeah,
at
they're
all.
gonna.
gonna get
I think they might get a 5-man
Wow.
team wipe here,
I
unless
think
Razor
Razor's gonna back.
keeps getting out.
Razor's gonna
Yeah,
get
good
out of
work.
there. Wisely out of there.
And this Enigma making the plays here, blinking in, getting the 3-man black hole, and they were able to just pop that Eclipse and just absolutely destroy face. So good team fight there at the hands of Lycan our chances.
I think Razor might be able to hold this tower. I don't know if they're going to lose this tower necessarily, but we'll see. We'll see. They got to get some help there quick. There should be some TPs over there already if they want to save it. I don't think they're...
Yeah, you definitely want to be TPing in. So I think they are going to go ahead and back off, and they're even using the Disruptor Static Storm in a nice
They're going to get
glimpse.
Viper.
Yeah, they get the Viper glimpse
Oh,
back
yeah.
in there, and I think Lycan our chances just needs to go ahead and back off here. They do lose the Earthshaker, and let's see if they're able to
Count
continue
your losses, guys.
continue
Wow.
to turn around here, and that's
wow.
going to be a
Gosh.
4-man hero loss.
That was
For
a
Lycan
big
our
mistake
chances.
on LOC's part.
Yep.
That's
To
just
keep
really...
pushing that.
Don't let them
Yeah.
back in the game.
That's a
not what you wanna
definite
do.
greedy overextension there, which Noobs Ask
doubt.
Noobs are no strangers to.
We are well aware of that.
Not to make it
Indeed.
about us, but to make it about us, we do that all the time.
We don't really have
We
anything
do.
else we can talk about, do we? Other than us.
Nope. So Ben, what do you do to get back in this game if you're Kappa Crusaders?
Well, you wait for mistakes and you capitalize them. I think
Yeah.
that's exactly
look
what
at
you
look
do.
at Medusa
So-
here. She's
Yeah.
farming up the
Right.
bottom lane.
Yeah.
I think she's
Take
gonna try and
advantage
take
of
this
that. She
tower,
might.
maybe.
Needs
No.
to get back. No, she can't stay up there. But yeah, I think that's really what they need to do is just look for the mistakes, find those openings, and take advantage of them. So if they can keep doing that, if they win 2, maybe 3 more team fights, then they're going to be back in it. But they need to win those fights, and they need
Yeah.
to be won decisively like that one was.
Yeah, so if you take a look at the gold graph, it's definitely favoring Lycan our chances, but it took quite a bit of a dip after that 4-man hero loss.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think even if you're Kappa Crusaders, you want to maybe try and take Roshan. if you can do it safely. And we do have Lycan our chances forming up in the Radiant jungle here, trying to catch out this Medusa yet again, but they might just catch out the Razor here. Centaur Warrunner is going to go ahead and use the War Stomp with a nice Fissure, and the Midnight Pulse is going to go down. Viper's going to close the gap here and get the kill on the Razor.
Medusa better be careful. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
She's the next
really
target.
dangerous. Oh. Yeah, I did see them pinging for a... I did see Kappa Crusaders pinging for a high ground ward, defensive ward, but it doesn't look like it's been put up yet, so... It's really, really risky territory for that Medusa, just trying to farm down here.
Yeah. So I do think Lycan our chances are doing what they need to be doing right now. They are going ahead and pushing while they're ahead, which no reason not to do that.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the items. We do have Razor sitting on a Ag Scepter, which is always a good pickup for him. But we do have the Mantis style on Viper and Centaur Warrunner sitting on a Pipe of Insight, so those are definitely great items for those two heroes.
Yeah, I
and
like
a
that.
nice Black Hole is going to go ahead and catch out 4 from Kappa Crusaders. Eclipse is going to get popped, and 4 heroes from Kappa Crusaders are just melted like it was nothing.
Yes.
MVP of this game,
Along
if
with
LOC
the
pulls this
X-Plan.
off, is definitely Enigma. I mean, those black holes have been clutch this game.
Sicka Mechanico on the Enigma has just been going crazy and opening this game wide open for Lycan our chances.
Yeah, definitely.
And he is going to go for the BKB to make it even harder to disrupt him while he's doing Black Hole, which he has had no problems getting off good Black Holes this game.
He is taking a lot of tower hits. He's going to have to back.
Yeah.
And the Static Storm and Kinetic Field will keep Luna trapped up here. She's going to teleport out and just barely
Good
gets
TP
away.
there. Very nice.
Very nice TP.
And they did put the Thunderclap on her, and yeah, it wasn't quite enough to kill her. Centaur Warrunner coming in here and getting off a nice War Stomp. And Viper is going to get a double kill here, but the Static Storm, or the Static Link is going to take down some of his damage.
Oh,
This is what we need to see from
Enigma needs
Medusa.
to get out of there. There
There
we go. Yeah. Well, Medusa's still dominating in CS for sure.
But net worth, she's
130.
I mean, she just hasn't been in enough of those fights, hasn't gotten those
Yeah.
kills. That's
She is-
impacting her gold quite a bit.
We have yet to see her ult come out too, have we? I mean, I haven't seen
I don't think she has used it yet. If she has, it's not been effective.
I think we've seen
Yeah.
one, but it wasn't really effective.
Yeah.
So we do
Seems like
we
they
do
need to
see
get that
the
initiate off from Ogre Magi, that sort of a multicast stun, and then hope that you're
yeah.
that you can get the stone gaze pulled off. But I mean, that's hoping you're praying to the random number generator.
It's a dangerous thing to rely on. They don't have enough reliable control, I think, on Kappa. I think that's really the problem.
Yeah.
So I think what they need to
if
do
you're most
is
reliable.
with Medusa, just need to keep farming her up, and that's what you do to try and get back at this game. And I think,
Razor's still there. Razor can still contribute. I think. You know, they're not out of it yet. They can still come back.
No, not at all. And she does have max split shot and mana shield, so she's going to start tanking up here, and she does have a ultimate orb on the way. I think she might actually have a Manta style coming out. Not quite yet. She does have the ultimate orb, so that is going to help with her mana pool and help her tank up.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in LOC. I feel like they should be. Yeah, there they're going. They took a while to decide to go for this Roche, but it seemed like it was the right thing to do. They need to try to make something happen here and be able to push and do a little bit more aggressive patrolling and aggressive pushing here.
Yeah, and Kappa Crusaders, I would think they can assume. Well, I mean, their vision is pretty much dark right now, except for these two wards here and over here, of course.
Yeah, common sense would point towards a Roche, but I don't think that they felt like they could contest, really. I think they had to kind of let this one play out.
Yeah,
there's not much they can do about it, for sure.
Yeah.
So Roshan is going to go the way of Lycan our chances, with the Aegis of the Immortal going to Luna, so this is going to make this next push quite deadly.
Medusa's gone.
Oh, no, poor Medusa.
Kappa, they needed to regroup. They can't be spread out like that.
Yeah.
Just asking for trouble.
Yeah, I feel like as Kappa Crusaders, they definitely need to be putting wards in their jungle so that if Medusa needs to take advantage of that jungle to farm up, which she does. You can do it safely.
Yeah, I don't think that they realize that Vision's there either. I think they're blind to that, if you will.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
They've just done a wonderful job of Lycan or Chance has done a wonderful job of just keeping Vision in this jungle here too.
Oh, it's
Even when it's been
fantastic.
countered, they just keep it, and they've just been dominating with it.
Yep. Well said.
Frog is feeling a little picked on at this point.
Just a little bit.
As he should. It's the nature of the game.
It's kind of how it
Indeed.
goes, right?
That's how you win
Sometimes-
games.
I wish LOC was using a little bit more of their advantage to take advantage of all the runes. They should be grabbing all those bounty runes, the DDs, all
There's a
those sort of
DD
things.
in
They're,
the top rune
they're letting
spot,
a lot
yeah.
of that sit there, and I just think that's a lost opportunity.
Double damage.
Yeah, I agree. And Centaur Warrunner is getting close to a Heart of Tarask as well. So once that happens with that Pipe of Insight, he's just going to be so hard to kill.
Yeah.
LOC is they're marching around with no fear. I mean, they're going wherever they want, and they're just not concerned, and that's worrisome
now they
for
have
Kappa,
the
who's
high
just trying
ground.
to find some farm.
And it does
They have
look
a new
like
high ground ward position over here.
Okay.
Finally got some vision.
finally
in the
got
jungle
some
there.
vision in the jungle after poor Medusa died because of it.
Yeah.
Were they able to de-ward with that, or did they put it after it expired?
I'm not
they
sure.
I think No, I think it was actually really close to expiring.
Okay.
But now we just got Lycan our chances with a new high ground ward over here on the top lane.
Yeah.
Just going
Tower
moving.
gone now
That
as
is
well.
that
so
is a
we'll see.
nice ward over there, Cheeks, as you said, that high ground ward
Yeah.
in the
And it's
offlane.
interesting watching the way that they're warding. They're doing it sort of parallel. You've got a line.
Right.
Oops. See. You got a line.
And we do have
going
Luna
from
just
this ward to
standing in this
ward.
static storm as the Aegis is popped.
I
And the
think she
Black
kind
Hole
of
is only going to
expected
catch
that.
out one, but that's all they need. And a ton of damage. Medusa is going to go ahead and pop
there we got
the,
this.
pop
Finally
the
get the
ultimate,
ult
but
off
it just
there.
doesn't matter.
But there's just no one there.
Yeah.
I think
There's
that
no
that
one
Luna
there.
death was baiting them in. That was just waiting for them to do that, do
Probably,
the black hole
yeah.
and have her eclipse.
Yeah.
That was, I think, intentional.
And that's going to be a 5-man team wipe, and I feel like this is just the beginning of the end here, especially with all these Luna glaives bouncing around.
Yeah.
Now that really did do them in, and then I think they're going to lose probably 2 sets of racks out of this at the very least.
Right.
So do you think? So do you think that the Kappa Crusaders kind of plan to try and? It seems like they plan to try and have the other 4 sort of, stirring up a lot of aggressive action early in the game. Kind of shot themselves in the foot because of that.
I think that
they
they
gave away
let
so
it go
many-
too long. I think that was the problem. I think they got Medusa to the point where, okay, you've got enough farm, you could contribute, we need you in these team fights just to really make the difference and at least be there to kind of clean up. And they just never got Medusa involved. And I think
Yeah.
that they let it rest. Even if you just bring Medusa out just to be a part of the team fight and then go back to farming, I think it's okay.
And, oh no, we might have 2
Yeah.
heroes caught out for Lycan. Our chances. The vacuum's going to be used. Viper is going to go down thanks to that static storm, and Razor's going to get that
Nice.
last kill on the Centaur Warrunner. Glimpse is going to be used
Oh,
on
and the Glimpse
Luna,
is- oh,
and she's going to pop the
BKB's out of
BKB
there.
and run right through that kinetic field. She's down to 100
Oh, no,
HP. I think
no.
just one more right click will take her down, and there we
There
go.
we go.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
not going to be enough. I don't think they're going to come back. It's
Yeah.
just not going to be enough. That was
You
it
seem
was
pretty
LOC
flooded here
should
right now.
Middle tower
Yeah.
is under
Cheeks, to answer your question that you were asking Ben,
Yeah.
I also feel like on the side of Kappa Crusaders, I also feel like if they wanted to have early aggression and just let Medusa farm up, I feel like the supports weren't getting the wards up that they needed to get up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. They definitely didn't. They definitely haven't had the vision that Lycan our chances have.
Yeah, we did see a lot of deaths up in the jungle because of that.
Mhm.
They didn't have any wards down here in the jungle to protect Medusa as well, so yeah. And we do see Kappa Crusaders kind of fighting back a little bit here, but they might wind up
little
feeding
bit.
the darks here.
Oh, there's-
Earthshaker is going to
oh,
go
no.
ahead and go down, while the Eye of the
Oh,
Storm
look at
is doing
that.
quite a bit of
Oh.
damage against Enigma, so that is 2 heroes down on the side of Lycan our chances. So
is under attack.
We do have an eggs on Razor too, so there's some good potential there that they
Yeah.
can get some pushes out there to really be able to do some damage. LOC, I mean, you could certainly throw at this point. I still think they've
It's-
got a strong advantage here. They just really need to, either wait for the. I don't know if they're waiting for another Roche so they can push, or if they just. I think even if they just gathered up and pushed and did a strong, aggressive push, they should be able to have that last tier 3.
Oh, and Luna did deny that tower. But yeah, I do agree with you, Ben. I do feel like this is Lycan our chances game to lose. And we will have the Heart of Tarask being finished up for the Razors, so I don't know. They are giving away some of these big items. And it does look like Medusa is close to an Eye of Scotty.
Not Razor, Viper's actually in trouble now,
Viper's
too.
got a-
Viper does have his Heart of Tarask finished up, and he's just going to go ahead and tank through a lot of that damage. And it looks like Kappa Crusaders are not going to go ahead and chase it out.
I'm not sure why.
Don't go after that Viper.
Oh no, and Viper does turn around the kill on the Disruptor.
Oh boy.
Might get a Medusa,
And
too.
Viper
out
Strike is being used
Medusa.
against the Medusa. I'm not sure if Viper's going to be able to take her down here. Medusa is down to about half health. She has run out of
she's
mana,
gone.
so the
She
mana
needs to
shield
turn
isn't
that- she
doing
needs to turn off
anything.
that-
And
turn off
oh,
the
there we
Master
go.
Madness.
Yeah.
And Ogre
With a
Magi
Mana
does go
Temptation.
ahead and show up here, but Viper is going to get away no problem. Earthshaker are going to be tossed up into the Yules. Let's see if... and the Black Hole is going to be used,
Whoa,
catching
there's
out the
Black
Darkseer
Hole.
and the Ogre Magi. Not sure if they're going to have enough follow-up damage here.
Ooh,
And the
Ogre
Echo
Magi.
Slam not going to catch out anyone. The Malefice is going to stun out the Ogre Magi, and the Midnight Pulse is going to go down. Enigma is almost going to die. And Centaur War Runner coming in with the Double Edge and the War Stomp, going to take down the Darkseer, and the Eclipse is going to be used. Chasing down this Razor while he has Eye of the Storm popped, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to turn this around with the... and they
there's
blinks
that.
in
I think
with
Centaur's
the
gonna
War
make sure they
Stomp in
don't.
this
There we go.
Razor,
Yeah.
and liking our chances, they are overextending quite a bit here yet again. The Disruptor is going to throw down the kinetic field to catch out 3. And liking our chances, they continue to just dive deeper here. I'm not sure if this is wise. They need to wait for the rest of their team. What's going
No,
on?
they just got a tower. I think that they're. I think
Look
this
at all
might be
these
the beginning of the
creeps. Good lord.
end. Yeah, the creeps are doing some serious work.
Boy.
I don't know. It does seem risky.
We might
We
lose
are
a
in a
Viper here,
3-on-2
though.
situation here. Viper is going to get
gonna
tossed
lose
up
the
into the
Viper.
Yules with a Thunderclap, and the
the mech
Eye
came
of the
out.
Storm is just going nuts, and that is
multicast.
going to be a
Oh.
Viper kill.
But look at the damage the creeps are doing. I think that's what they're missing. They got to clear these creeps out fast. This just is not a good situation.
I do agree. I do feel like
We have all racks down as well.
I do feel like everything that the small advantages or the small bits of space that Kappa Crusaders have been because of Lycan our chances mistakes.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, they've opened the door a couple times for them to really get another shot at coming back into this. It's too late though. I mean, we've got all the racks are down.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not
All
looking
that we
good for
need is-
Kappa Crusaders.
If you're LOC, you just got to gather up, make one final push, finalize, taking down that last tower, and you're going to be okay.
Yep, and it looks like that's what we're gonna have happen here. We do
Like
have
having happened
Yep,
Mid,
they're coming
yeah.
mid.
everyone grouping up mid. They say they don't even need Viper, which is probably true. And here we go. They just need
look
to
at
take
all
down
this.
this tier 4 and then go for throne. It looks like that's what they're going to go ahead and do. Midnight Pulse is going to be thrown down. They do go ahead and use the Fisher on the Disruptor while he does throw down the Kinetic Field and Status Shield. Not going to catch out anyone. And Darkseer is going to be just blown up yet again. And they are going to go ahead and just start right-clicking down these heroes. We do have 3 down on the side of Kappa Crusaders. And they are found diving at this point. And
They've got it. Yeah, it's over.
at this point, Jared would say something about wishing they had a foyer on the fountain. And that is going to be a victory
Good game.
for Lycan our chances. And I think we're going to go ahead and go directly into the next match, which is...
Oh boy.
let's see here. We are going to have Squirtle Squad versus Stressful Gaming next, so everyone
There's
stay
the Pokemon
tuned, and we're going
reference
to
I
go
was
ahead
thinking
and
of. Who was
get that up.
Squirtle Squad? That's what I